Welcome back to Command Block Survival. This is Pumpkin Panic. It's a game where we sort of train. Oh my word. This guy is smaller than normal, which we'll get to in a second. So it trains like click accuracy. Oh wow. When he's that small, it's really hard. It also helps us train like crossbow or bow accuracy as well. But the game has some flaws. You see, if I have food, I can eat and heal up all the damage that just happened. And that is a little bit cheaty, or at least I think it's a little bit too easy. So I want to change the game in a fairly drastic way. Ooh, that was a nice crit hit. Ooh, another phantom right in the ear. Basically, we'll get the gear in game. Oh. This way we can sort of control the balance of the game even more and potentially make it more fun. First thing though, I want to get rid of the size variety so that Pokemobs isn't just adding random sizes. Let's make sure the size is accurate. Yep, that's a single block baby zombie. Perfect. So first we need a check here whether or not our inventory is empty. So let's see if this works. Theoretically, oh. Do I still have an inventory? Oh, does that count as having an inventory? Okay. So we'll just check for the first item in the inventory list. Because if there's no first item, yeah, then our inventory is empty. So if it doesn't say anything, that means it passed the check. So I think what we're gonna do though is I want to put the portal room here. There's a janky portal set up, and I want to put the command blocks too underground a little bit. Bask in the stupidity of my idea. I kind of think I want to make it out of copper, and in particular, aged copper. But I'm thinking that this this green will look cool. Yeah, like look at those colors. Those are pretty nice. I'm sure they'll seem less nice once I've started waiting for the copper to change. But yeah, let's dig out a little entryway, and that way we can separate the area where the player starts out in from the actual like arena. Once again, trying to control the items. You know, I'm remembering something. I think in a long time ago, I had a copper build in some server I was playing, and I think that there needed to be like 4 or 5 blocks of space to maximize the weathering effect. So what I've been doing so far here is experimenting with this area, and we have copper grates and we have like orange stained glass. I'm kind of trying to decide which would be better for like the skylight, because I think I wanted the skylight to be orange and the floor to be like the weathered stuff like this. Oh, do you like this? I put a button on the jack-o'-lantern and it looks like it has a nose. Because the command blocks will be back there. Can I just say that bundles, regular bundles, are amazing and I love them so much. I always have extra buttons and you can just put a ton of them in a bundle. You know what I should do actually? I should just have like a special bundle in my redstone shulker that has like all the input. Except I don't have any leather or string. But it's a good idea anyway. So I'm moving the commands over and I realized something. How are we going to trigger this? And then I had a clever idea, or potentially stupid depending on how this works. So we're going to have it say 1. This will just be the starting. We'll have this say 2. It'll be chained. And what I want to see is, oh, I don't have any more command blocks. Are there any in here? Yes. I will have to craft more later. But what we're going to do here is we're going to make this be repeat, and then we're going to make this be conditional. And so this will say branch 1. Oh, I love this. I can just go pull the button out specifically. Oops. I need the right... Hey, how is my inventory full? I thought bundles were amazing. Oh, yep, they're amazing. Confirmed. All right, so it should say 1, 2, and then maybe it'll say branch 1. Oh, it's just going. Okay, so that is not good. Well, you know what I'm realizing? It's relying on this as a check, and this could just be like set a redstone block. So this doesn't save us any extra work. Okay, well, it was interesting to try. Oh, well. So because the player won't have any items, the way that we'll control giving it to him is with the spawns. The problem is our spawn is not very random. They always have a pumpkin on their head and they always don't have an item. So we need a way to randomize their items or control it somehow. So we're gonna run a test, and I already ran out of out of the grates. Phooey. And what I want to test, we're gonna spawn a bunch of zombies in there with no, this is important, with no extra NBT. And I just want to see if we, oh, we do. Sometimes we get random equipment. Okay, that was really fast. So what if we specify an irrelevant NBT? Do we get any random? No, as soon as we start specifying NBT, although, wait a second, do we even want randomized items? What if we just give the player items? What if they don't have to pick it up from the zombies? Oh, wait a second. Oh, this could actually, okay, so I'm getting good ideas here. Let's for a moment imagine that my inventory is empty. And let's say we start the player off with a stone sword. And then say at a certain point interval, we give the player a few options. And these would be named something like eat me. And if you say eat the gold bar, then you get a certain effect. Maybe like increased durability. And the iron one would give you maybe an upgrade. So you could get like an iron sword, and then the copper one would give you some bonus effect or something. So that way we could actually incorporate choice into some of this like gameplay here. Here's our problem though. Can we track it? So you can track stuff like this. Where are, oh, they're in my special tool bag. The command blocks. With advancements, you can track eating stuff like those gold ingots, but I want to do this without a data pack. Okay, I made a new objective that may just track things. Let's give me the gold ingot back. And if this scoreboard ticks up one, we're in business. Yes! In case you're curious, we're using Minecraft.used, the scoreboard from Minecraft.used. So the cool thing about like a gold ingot, for example, is you can't really use it in any other way, I think. Well, now I'm not sure. Hang on. What if I do this? That does not count as using it. Okay, because that does count on certain advancements. Yeah, that is not triggering except for when we eat it. Awesome. Okay, sweet. So we have a stone sword. I gave it Curse of Vanishing, so when we die, we don't have to worry about it. And the main thing I want to know is if you miss, because the whole point of this is to get good, aka accurate, you know, be able to hit what we click on. But if we miss, does that remove durability? 100, still 100. So it only counts when we connect with something. All right, tell me if I'm crazy or not, but I think I might have discovered something here. So if you are pointing straight down and you have a Elytra equipped, like this is how fast I just run normally. Like, you know, it takes a little while to get over there. But if you're pointing down, when you're gliding with Elytra, you gain just a little bit of speed. And if you like instantly double tap, the timing's super important, but you can actually like gain speed, I think. Oh, you kind of saw it there. It's a lot easier to time it if it's first person. Oh, yeah, look at how fast that is. Anyway, it's just a random thing. Oh man, this game is making me think about movement and stuff. It's pretty cool. So while I need more command blocks and therefore more redstone to make command blocks, I thought we'd take a quick little interlude here. The witch farm. So you can see, I call it the sip and slide because they sip their potion to try and attack me and then slip right off the ice and go into the water streams. And the redstone drop rates have greatly improved for witches. So we're basically guaranteed redstone every time. 6 for 1? Wow, I forgot how good they are. So our witch farm is treating us pretty well. But the issue that I want to address here has to do, where'd he go? Ah, yes, this polar bear here. So he is on our team right now. If we move away from him, he teleports to us. And if there's a baddie hidden in the wall, like there is for that piglin over there, he'll actually protect us. Obviously, he can't get to the piglin, so it's kind of pointless. But anyway, the issue is that if I want him to go back into his little eggshell, there's no way for me to do that. I would have to actually like recatch him, which, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but I want to create some kind of simple recall system so we can just easily say, hey, back in your little egg. Now, weirdly enough, the logic is actually already in place. Like, I just add a tag and the catch happens. So we can spawn the polar bear and put him back on our team. The real trick is, how do we want to trigger it? Now, this is already how we manage whether they're following us and effectively in our party or in wander mode and not in our party. So it makes sense if this, had some connection to recalling. The problem is there's only really like 2 actions, right? We hook them and we hook them. So how can we take this simple fishing rod and like turn it into an intuitive way to recall that doesn't get mixed up between swapping? Because we could, do like shift, right? But sometimes the player might just be shifting anyway, and then they wouldn't really want this to recall. They still want it to be swapping. So this is an interesting technique that I'm trying out here that might be useful to you in your own projects. So I don't know how I want to do this. So what I'm trying to do is I'm imagining somebody already figured this out and I don't know how they did it. So I'm just going to mess around and be like, let's see, what would make this trigger? And I'm just sort of letting my intuitiveness like guide what I'm trying here. It's like, let's see, did they make it pull or hold a click? No, that doesn't make sense. It triggers a bunch. Shifting doesn't quite make sense. And then I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, some situations they actually might be far away, so I might not be able to hook them. So maybe if I just shift, it would like give me a pop-up like keep holding shift to recall, and then they all come back. Maybe that could work. But by imagining that the answer already exists, it lets me sort of get in the shoes of the player and sort of see things from their perspective a little bit easier. Now, theoretically, all we have to do is add a sneak time objective. Of course, reload. And I think if I sit here for a little bit, we might get a message. Aha! Look at that. All right. Yeah, recall. Whoopee. So it's kind of weird. For some reason, these advancements, the 2 that I've made, oh, yep, it didn't trigger. Like, it's a really consistent check. Yeah, and this time it shows up. But then that time it doesn't summon the polar bear. I don't get it. As you can tell from my durability, that was actually a lot more tricky than I expected. The advancements, in particular the score checker, kept having issues. So I had to increase the size of the range that it checks. But now we get our guy back and everything's reset properly. And it says keep holding sneak to recall. We have a sound that indicates that something actually happened because the guy gets teleported to us and then the egg drops right on us. But anyway, this way, if we have, multiple mobs, like say there's one over there, there's one there, we can recall all of them at once just by holding shift with our follow swapper. And as soon as I let go of it, things don't work anymore. You can see that like scoreboard on the side, it just disappears. And there we go. Sweet! We've needed to add that for a while. All right, that is very cool. So before we move on here, I asked last time about the name of these eggs. I called them snag eggs, and then we got a suggestion from Helltater, entrapment eggs, and then returners or snap eggs from Max Not Found. And I was like, oh man, which do I pick, How can I possibly choose who is the best? And then I was like, wait a second. I'm thinking about this wrong. An egg is something you eat, or, you know, if it's a fertilized egg, it's something that actually hatches. So it makes sense in the context of like spawn eggs. But when we're crafting, like this is a mechanical device, right? So I was like, oh, we should focus on the shell more. So I was thinking of like, you know, sanctum, something protective, because it's a transportation device, you know, it's sort of like a little mini home. And then I was like, wait a second. Wait just a second. Tier 3 shelter. It's kind of funny, but like it's actually easy to say and it has like a positive connotation. It's like, oh, this is a protective thing. It's a nice thing. And intuitively you understand what it does. You put a mob inside and it protects them and you can keep them. So I think that might be what we do going forward, unless you guys have some crazy good ideas. I'm curious to see what you think about it. But yeah, clearly I've forgotten something about copper blocks because I thought these would have weathered. Like it's been a few in-game days. I thought it was like 3 and then they needed a space of 4 between them, but yeah, something about that's wrong. So I did a little bit of an adjustment and we have just a quick little test. Wow, that was great teleporting game. Okay, so we have a sword. It's mostly damaged and it's a stone sword, which means it's garbage and takes a lot of hits to kill things. Wow, this is actually a lot harder. I didn't even make it to the thing I was trying to show you. Oh. So once we get to a score of 3, we get our first sort of like, I guess you could call it like not an event, but like upgrade. Yeah. So we get a bow and we actually get a few arrows. Notice that we only get like 5. So this is a good test. It means that it worked. So now we can potentially, I'm out of arrows already. Now we can potentially add in the choices. What's tricky about this is we're actually tracking, oh no, I almost just died. We're tracking the player's kills, so we don't actually want to adjust that score. Ow. Because normally you would test like, oh, is their score more than 3? You know, run this give command and then remove 3 from the score so then you can test again. But we need to be testing like, say, every 5, like every 5th score. Oh, remainders. I have to remember which one it is. It's either the modulus or the slash. I think it's this one. So we're going to divide. Wait, now I'm second guessing myself. Which one goes first? Sometimes these are weird. Oh, when I went back, I got rid of my buttons. And I guess I'm making more buttons. This is why I have so many buttons in my redstone thing. Okay, so theoretically, actually, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here. I think this will show up with a 0 if it works. Because what it should do, so 20 is a multiple of 5. So this should give us 0. Yeah, so I just needed a constant to make this work. And if we give it a wrong number, we'll do 19 and we should get 4. Yes, okay, that's working. So now we can check for, you know, is this a multiple of 5? If it is, you know, do something. Finally, I got to 5. Okay, so there's a bit of a glitch that I knew was going to happen, which is once you're at 5, I haven't figured out how to make it stop. So it sort of just goes. But anyway, so wow, 3 durability to get to 5. We might need to start out with an iron sword. I died a lot. Oh no, let's eat this fast. So it actually has food value now. I think I might need to increase the saturation. So what gold does is it actually increases our, oh no, this is gonna get laggy. There's just, oh no, there's so many entities piling up. Okay, let me look at this before. Okay, look. Yeah, sharpness 4. Okay, that's maybe too strong. Yeah, so we get a random enchantment when we pick the gold choice. Okay. Since I was struggling so much, we're gonna do a loophole. Just pick up some gold here. So we have regular sword. We eat this, and we get a random enchant. Ooh, looting too. That's a rip. If we got another, you know, we got to 10 kills. Oh, hi. So obviously I'm bad, but like, I think we need at least an iron sword. So currently the only other option that works is eating the copper. So we have 36 durability, and if we eat copper, we get some more durability, and it's supposed to only give arrows if we actually have a bow. But if we had a bow, it would also increase the durability of the bow. So the copper sort of lets you last a little bit longer in the fight. Oh yeah, I have a bow now, so I'll just show you before I die. Yeah, you can just barely see the durability went up. So I was thinking with the iron, this is going to be a little harder to implement, but we could have it like upgrade stuff. So we could get like a higher tier sword. You know, the bow turns into a crossbow. Maybe we get armor, and this can all be very sequential. So it's like, you know, I'd go through the whole process, and then eventually, if we got far enough, we could get like a netherite sword. You know, that whole remainder calculation? I was over complicating things. All we need is the second kill count. Like, we can have one that runs in tandem or in parallel, and we can modify them separately, and that way we won't get 3 million items. You know what I just realized? Waxed copper block. I was right. I got these from a trial chamber. And apparently those are all pre-waxed. So I have to go... Oh. It was in the name the whole time. Are you serious? Wow, that's a facepalm. That is a big, big facepalm. Oh. Good news is I'm making progress. I finished. This is the whole iron sequence right here. So it's in reverse order so that only one thing triggers. And it goes all the way up to a netherite sword with fire aspect. So I died a lot. I could not make it to the 5th mark. So we have boots now. Oh, come on. The thing that's getting me is I'm missing. Like, it's that simple. This whole game was created to practice accuracy, and I have really bad accuracy. Oh my word, 2 missed hits on the Phantom. Oh, come on. No. I hate to admit it, but this game is too hard for me. I wanted to show you the changes, but I couldn't make it to 5, which is when you get the choice selection. Okay, so you'll notice I killed him. Only 1 mob, and my score went up by 2. So we're adjusting it so that the more challenging mobs, such as the Phantom or the baby zombie, are worth extra points. There we go. So I got 4 score now. There's the easy mob. I was wondering when one would show up. So I couldn't kill the baby zombies, and I wanted to be able to track them separately. So I was like, we need something else. So this is actually a scale 0 slime. You'll notice no other slimes drop, but he's been like bigified. Because the goal of this game is accuracy, I actually might shrink him back down. But because they don't move as fast, he should still be easier than like the baby zombie, for example. Whoa. Okay, yeah, so now we can see the new changes. Oh no, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Phantoms can't turn. Let's eat the iron and heal up. There's actually food value in these things, and you'll notice it clears all the other ones out. And look at that. We have an... Oh my. We got an iron sword now. So these changes I actually do like. They feel meaningful. I'm scared to attack. But more guys are just spawning, so really I have no choice. And actually I've healed up a pretty good amount. All the practice, I've actually gotten decent at fighting the baby zombies. The trick is you want to stay on the ground. Oh, I was too close. And then you jump in the follow-up. Just a quick peek down here. I had to craft more command blocks because we're using a lot. I used up all 40. I've used up even more. Like, I have to go underground here, and I need to add, like, I think 2 more. So these all are fairly impactful. I would probably say the iron is the most impactful and the copper is probably the second most impactful, because the extra arrows are really nice when you start getting more phantoms, because it can be dangerous to wait for them. Ooh, but you can see the extra durability is really doing work for me because it means that I don't have to go for jump hits on the zombie. So I can actually stay on the ground, which is definitely safer. But yeah, you can see this is getting dangerous really quick. And I really don't want to wait for them to get close. So the arrows are a big deal. No, no, no. When he pauses, it's just, oh. Look at that, a score of 23. And that actually matches up pretty well. It's like, we killed a few of the harder mobs, but it wasn't just like an insane score, you know? So yeah, I like that a lot. All right. Let's do a final run through. Yes, okay, so make sure that we have nothing, no helpful stuff ahead of time. We have a consistent start each time. Ha, got him. Oh, we get extra points when we kill a harder mob. We have a more balanced start now. Oh, sweet. We get like actual rewards as we progress. So like we have hard like point caps like the bow and arrow at 3. We still have plenty of baby zombies. Oh yeah, and then we have the repeating events at 5. All right, so now I'm gonna turn off my analysis brain and let's just play here. What do you think we should get? I feel like the upgrade is like a pretty good one. Oh, nice. I like that we're getting plenty of baby zombies. I don't want to only get magma cubes. Like, this is supposed to be training my aim, and it definitely is, as long as we keep getting baby zombies, phantoms. We're doing pretty good because I still have the pumpkin here. Oh, we made it to our second event. I feel, uh-oh. Eat fast. I feel like the durability is a good choice. Ooh, I'm getting the moves down. All that losing paid off. Oh, I still got hit by him. Wow, those guys have a big hitbox. It's actually a good balance because yeah, they're a sitting still target, but they can actually deal damage to you. Oh, the spawns are increasing. Should we enchant? Let's enchant. Oh no. Come on, be good. Maybe in the future I'll add some sort of like announcement system when we have a more sharpness 4. See, now this creates a really interesting trade-off because it's like, I gave the magma slime speed, movement speed, that's why he jumps farther. But now if I upgrade my sword, like I lose the sharpness 4. So it's like, oh, you know. Oh, you have to be careful with the baby zombies. They will trick you. I'm gonna do another upgrade. Oh no. Ooh, I almost landed on that baby zombie. I think for the upgrade, yeah, we get diamond pants. I don't know if you saw that quick, but oh man. Oh, we got flame on the bow. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh no. That arrow bounced off of him, I think. A high score of 22. Oh, I haven't even mentioned anything about this, but like the copper blocks we placed everywhere, I kind of like them. Not necessarily that they're copper blocks, but just the fact that there's like some parkour and like some things you can move around. And sometimes some things that get in your way, you know. I I think that it's a good idea to keep this. The varied terrain is really nice. But yeah, overall, that's pretty fun. There's definitely more work to be done on it in the future. And actually, I'll leave this as a question for you guys because maybe you know the answer. So the reason that those arrows bounced off is because this is the magma cube. We're actually modifying one thing. We're doing a data merge command, but the same thing happens with phantoms. When we make it so that they are not on fire from like the daylight, arrows bounce off of them. So yeah, if you guys have any solutions for that or ideas, let me know. But I think this is going to be where I call it. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun making this. I'm definitely going to enjoy the oh no, the progress we've made and try and improve my aim a little bit more. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.